is this led to is, your people will never change. There are administrators, operators, schedulers, the application support team, and the business end user. But what is the challenge that has risen now is, everybody is having access to everything. They need to know, they have to get the first-hand information. And what they do is, they are having access to all your platforms, and which is all jumbled up. Right? But what does this lead it to? You know, it will work. I'm not saying this will not work. But how long can it work? We have no guarantee for that. Because of three main key reasons. One is the efficiency. Imagine the people having to look and learn so many platforms and applications. Imagine the kind of effort that you have to put in to train them on so many applications. You have to upgrade and monitor so many applications and different tools. It is all going to be a total overhead on your operational costs. And second thing is, are you able to deliver what is required for your business user? No, that is still there. They do not have any access, because all this is your internal system. Have you exposed anything to your business user where they can get the information for themselves? No, right? So these are the two areas that we are going to talk about and having them influence. So as I mentioned, the implications of staying course means that you're managing your jobs tied to a constraint. So I'll tell you a small story of this. You know, a bank used to run jobs, and they used to run only 200 to 250 jobs a day. That is not because the system was underpowered. That is because they could run only those many jobs from without their application having an overhead. And we talked about file transfers. How does Control M help in file transfers? File transfers is very key to any organization, be it internal or external. Most of the organizations rely on third-party solutions such as Connect Direct or XCOM, which are becoming cost-oriented. I remember at least 10 customers who are opting out of Connect Direct since IBM acquired it. You know, IBM has this practice, one which is running very fine and you know it is a low budgeted thing, they'll buy it and make it a premium product. So when IBM bought over Sterling, they did not add new features or make any changes to it, they just increased the price. And the pricing difference was threefold. You know, nearly threefold. So that is what we are talking about. Reducing the cost, managing your batch from file transfer perspective. So here, Control M file transfer makes you to create a job which is of a file transfer type. Okay, it's just another box similar to your other operating system jobs or application jobs. It's just another box which has the file transfer capabilities. What it does is, it provides you an interactive browse feature like your WinSCP to choose your source files and your destination target. Okay, with all the features. It supports FTP, SFTP, FTP over SSL, encryption, decryption, compression, and even what your script cannot do, a folder to folder copy. It can copy a folder from source and drop it to the destination.
So effectively you're creating a template that defines the policy, internal policy for the server thing, and then you just routinely check that the servers match that policy, that they're still compliant. Yeah. Actually, I'll drill into that slightly more in the next couple of slides. Alright, so out of the box, there are a number of compliance templates that come with the automation suite. I guess they're split into two areas here. Regulatory, which is things like Sarbanes-Oxley, PCI DSS. So PCI DSS really tells me that this is going to be something that's forced on a lot of large organizations inside Indonesia in the next 12 months or so. So at the moment, I think if anyone tries to do this kind of thing manually, if they've got too many servers, it's almost impossible to do it. I know I went to speak to Bank of Tokyo a while ago. They said that they had to audit 40 servers, and it took them 3 months to audit 40 servers. And I can understand if you have to do it manually, it must take that amount of time to do it. But of course, when you do that kind of thing manually, you're prone to any error. People are just taking notes down, it can be wrong, it could change. I mean, if you're talking 3 months, things will change. So the idea with these templates is that you can just run them and quickly find out exactly how compliant or non-compliant you are. Because when you're audited in this way, the biggest problem people have is just getting all the information. You know, if you've got the information, you can deal with it, but getting the information is very challenging. And then some additional security compliance templates. So again, all these things out of the box for the automation of products. And you can alter them to suit the terms of compliance as well. So the nice thing about having these templates and running this kind of thing on a routine basis is you can do training. So you can say, for example, over the period of 6 months, how we performed in terms of internal compliance. Right? I might say, how has the Unix group performed in the last 3 months in terms of compliance? Or how have the team that run our core banking application performed in terms of compliance in the last 3 months? So you could break it up just using the smart grouping and run these reports against these different sets of servers. There's also some dashboard reporting that we have as well, which I've got no screenshots of this, but there's some nice kind of like dashboard charts that show you exactly how things stand in terms of compliance. So coming back to that question earlier about how do you do things like internally if you're trying to set this up yourself. So I just wanted to show you that actually you can do this stuff through the user interface. There's no scripting or anything like that here. In fact, it's very easy. If you imagine, if anyone's seen like a registry key in Windows, you know basically what it is like a key pair value. So the key will have a name, and then the key will have a set of attributes effectively. So what happens is, inside server automation, if you're managing the server, you can bring in a registry key. This is just an example of something you can do with it. And then you can say the registry key has a set of attributes, and this attribute must be set to whatever. And that would just be a rule in your compliance template. So one example is, there was one customer we had that said, oh, the screensaver timeout has to be 600 seconds. I don't know how common that kind of thing is for an organization, but that's what they asked for. And it's just a case of finding out, how does Microsoft Windows define this particular value? Those kind of things is typically just a registry setting. And once you find out, you can quickly add it, and then the rule is done. And it goes into the time. So it's pretty easy to do this as if-else type, scripting within these things as well. And then you can, as you go through, you can test them.